government agencies collaborate to strengthen one another, it's always in the interests of stakeholders and ultimately the nation. It was in the spirit of interagency cooperation that Nigerian Shippers Council, led by its Executive Secretary, Right Honorable Emmanuel Jime, visited the head office of Nigerian Ports Authority in Lagos. It was quite an interesting visit, and we've got details of that productive interaction between the heads of the two agencies. Welcome to the Shipper, and my name is Rekia Zikru Yagoyaju. We're gliding into the new year, and during festive periods like this, there's always heavy movement of people and vehicles from one location to another. As you make preparations for the Yuletide, please stay safe and avoid speeding on our roads.
Nigerian Shippers Council, they to serve you well. No matter the problem, we go solve them for you.
Yes, so the Nigerian Shippers Council, they feel in a parole now for every level. And as soon as goods, they move from port A, go enter port B with a measure within on a needle. For the Nigerian Shippers Council, we don't sharp proper to fit hear you wella, work with you wella, and help you fit serve your customers them better, no matter where them day. As we country port economic regulator, the Nigerian Shippers Council get every now to fit make government consider the problem where shippers them they face. Visit we office for number 4 or to buy your daily show your daily lane. Papa email us for nsc@shipperscouncil.gov.ng. We website now www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng. Nigerian Shippers Council with a meeting now for the port of Nane.
Moving on. It's common practice for government agencies to solicit support from one another by sharing vital information and materials. The objective is to discharge their mandates to the people in a most efficient and most effective way.
When we talk about collaboration, when it comes to operation, we are expecting that there will be a single portal for all the agencies to operate. In the developed country, we have 2 hours cargo clearance in some countries. So in our own case, if we can achieve 6 hours or even 8 hours on cargo clearance, that will be plus. And all the cargoes that we have lost to other neighboring countries, they will come back to us.
It has always been there. And it's one of the best things that will ever happen in the maritime sector. They will have a common forum to solve problems. And that is key for the development of the shipping trade. So we commend the Minister of Transportation for trying to bring all of the agencies together to operate within a common boundary. So where there are rifts, we expect all the agencies to come together and resolve those rifts. And where there are areas for development, we expect all of them to come together as one and fashion out the development that we need so badly.
Abiodun Adishino put together details of the meeting presented by Lucy Ulugbe.
The maritime industry in Nigeria is a big, vibrant sector with capacity to create wealth and provide thousands of jobs. Like in other sectors, there is a number of government agencies regulating activities in the maritime industry to ensure that stakeholders, which include service providers and consumers, operate within the laws guiding their businesses. The responsibilities of these government agencies are linked in a way that they complement one another to function optimally. This has made it imperative for regulatory organizations to work together to enforce order and realize set objectives in line with their mandates. This visit by the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Right Honorable Emmanuel Jime, to the Nigerian Ports Authority was to discuss the reviving of the meeting of heads of agencies of government in the maritime industry, as well as other important issues. The ES said such a forum is a veritable platform for the exchange of ideas and information necessary to ensure efficient service in the industry. According to him, this is one sure way to promote industrial harmony and development of the nation's maritime sector.
I would like to credit all of us with the successful so far implementation of the Nigeria Port Process Manual. My expectation, and I believe all of us, is that sustaining this cordial working relationship will engender very seamless port operations. We need to also emphasize the point of collaboration, I believe, for effective regulation, of the port sector. We believe at the Shippers Council, my MD, that there is a need for the Ports Authority, NPA in this case, to carry out its obligations to concessionaires as provided in the Lessor's Covenant or Ports Concession Agreement, because obviously of its impact, on the efficiency of the terminals.
According to the Chief Executive of the Council, the meeting could be coordinated by the Federal Ministry of Transportation. He solicited the support of the NPA in ensuring enforcing strict compliance with the digitization of all port processes in line with global best practices.
The Council, in our view, wishes to commend you on your efforts in addressing the perennial traffic gridlock through your institution of the ETO call-up system. We are, however, sir, for greater efficiency, would like to say there is a need, to create a feedback platform where stakeholders could make contributions on challenges and obtain reliable information from the authority. The authority, in our opinion, also needs to discontinue the demand for physical copies of manifests since it has been electronically transmitted. We have received complaints on collapsed keywords at various terminals, which are yet to be attended by you and your authority. There's also the need, sir, for the NPA to provide security and electricity to the terminals, as this will facilitate 24 hours port operations in line with Executive Order EO1.
The acting managing director of the Nigerian Ports Authority, Mohammed Bello Koko, described the initiative as a practical step to monitoring activities in the maritime space with a view to ensuring that service providers deliver efficient and effective service. The NPA boss explained that interagency interface will, to a very large extent, enhance port operations.
Working together has brought improvement in terms of monitoring and other activities in the maritime industry. We need to work with you to ensure that they don't just arbitrarily increase rates. You wake up on a Monday, there is an announcement. Whether they consult Shippers Council or not, we do not know. But we believe that you're also doing what you are supposed to do in terms of trying to regulate them. The major ones, the major complaint is that of the shipping companies. There was a complaint also to do with shipping lines refusing to take export boxes or delaying them in preference for empty containers. Now we know there is a problem with the supply chain all over the world because of COVID, and that might have led to the reason why we have that gap. Our investigation showed that it was far less than that. But what is most important is that there was an increase, and we will work with you to ensure that whatever necessary measures that need to be taken will be taken, whether it's by penalizing them, ensuring that we delay the berthing of their vessels or allowing them to leave. Whatever we need to do within the law, we will do it. Our terminal operators or so that is proposing to provide electricity to Nigerian Ports Authority, we've been in discussions with them. But what is stalling it is their rates, one. Two, they want us to give them guaranteed minimum we will purchase, which will be difficult to do. We've done a consumption analysis and it keeps fluctuating also. So we are negotiating for them to give us a fairly minimal or average amount so that you don't commit to what you don't consume. As for the rates, we want to ensure that port users pay a fair rate and not something exorbitant because power is available. It affects the cost of doing business.
The Director, Regulatory Services Department of the Nigerian Shippers Council, Ifeoma Ezedima, wants the arbitrary charges by providers of shipping services addressed to promote seamless trade in the maritime industry.
We've looked at all the trade routes, not just Nigeria, and we know that freight went up because of the pandemic. In the US, it was 12,000 from Asia to US. However, from middle of this year to now, it's actually started dropping. they've been able to address the congestion issues inland, which was what actually necessitated the freight cost to the US. It's where the issues are. What is causing the demurrage? This same bad roads, customs 100%. So all those issues, the freight affects the demurrage. Now, what we intend to do as Shippers Council, I believe we've engaged NPA on it, is this container insurance deposit scheme, which will address detention and demurrage as well as the risks involved in container management. It will also help facilitate that. We also have a draft guidelines on demurrage now to make sure that demurrage is not levied indefinitely. There should be a cutoff because the cost of the box itself is known. So why should demurrage be charged indefinitely? So that's what we intend to do. Once we validate it, we make sure that it's implemented. So those are the areas that we're working towards getting these things eliminated, or at least reduced.
For the Coordinator General of the Port Standing Task Team, Moses Fadipe, such a platform will help address the many challenges in the nation's maritime sector.
Porosity of activities in some terminals.
Porosity?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Of some terminals, activities, notably ABTL, GDNL, and a particular reference, ENL. ENL is a multipurpose terminal. We got to know certain things when we commenced joint examination of cargoes in the terminals, specifically APMT, ENL, and Eco Support. But in ENL, no examination made. Why? Because they are general cargo terminal. You can see them examining cargoes even at the quayside.
Leaders of the two agencies both agree that the forum will foster a strategic synergy among agencies of government in the maritime business.
For us at Shippers Council, we realize the importance of working with sister agencies to develop and strengthen capacities to deliver user-friendly ports in the country. Abike Idowu has details of other headline stories in the global shipping business. The Nigerian Shippers Council, NSC, has emerged the winner of the Maritime Regulator of the Year 2021. The award was given to the Council at the Freight Watch 2021 Award and Recognition Night held in Lagos. The recognition was based on the pioneering interventions by Shippers Council that have impacted positively on commercial operations in the maritime and shipping sector. A former managing director of the council, Dr. Kingsley Uso, also received a legacy award at the program. The Coordinator General of the Port Standing Task Team, Mr. Moses Fadipe, who also emerged winner of the Public Sector Man of the Year at the event, received the award on behalf of the council.
It's unprecedented. We keep saying it, Nigerian Shippers Council are putting all its efforts to sanitize the port sector. But people here and there keep saying, oh, we're not doing enough. What are they doing? They're not saying it. But it shows that somebody somewhere is watching and that hard work pays. Tonight is a night of glamour. Tonight is a night of honor. And tonight is a night of recognition. And you could see in that all accolade and honor goes to Nigerian Shippers Council as the Maritime Regulator of the Year. What else can I say rather than to say yes, as an organization, we are humbled by the people's perception and recognition of the council. We can do more and we'll continue to do more.
This is the first time somebody is recognizing that those who worked in the past should be recognized. We are a country that do not remember who ran the race first. So the people who are running it presently, we believe that they did all. I'm not saying that those who ran it first did everything right. No. But we should realize that whatever mistakes are made when they were running the race, the generation took over from them, should correct them and don't make that mistake again. So this is the first time people came together, looked around, and say, we have to recognize those who did this job earlier on before us. And they called us together today to appreciate what we have done. And we hope that what we did in the past was able to give them the opportunity to better what they are doing now from the experiences we had before.
When you look at Nigeria economy today, you find out that the maritime sector is the second when you talk about revenue generation to our national GDP. So this public and private sector, the role they are playing, things they are bringing to bear in the system and to Nigeria at large is something that requires to be commended. It is when you commend somebody, tap the person to say you are doing a great job. The person will try to perform better and more.
Now, remember that as a regulated service provider, you need to register via the website www.shipperstradedata.gov.ng. It is compulsory. Let's now check on our complaint register for the week. Thirteen complaints were received, 5 have been resolved, and 8 are ongoing investigations. The complaints include petition against unethical practice, outrageous terminal charges and unauthorized transfer of containers, exploitative charges, debt recovery, delayed transfer, excess terminal charges, and fraud. Mr. Ignatius Ofomata of Emsov Pharmaceutical Industries appreciated the council for timely intervention on a case of short landing container. Here is his letter of appreciation. And now, let me take you around the world, picking up on some maritime news. Philip Alexander Mbirikos, a member of one of Greece's leading shipping families and former head of BIMCO, passed away early November in Paris, aged 78. Mbirikos, who was the director of Mbirikos Shipbrokers UK, served as president of BIMCO from 2007 to 2009 and was for many years on the executive committee of Intertanko, as well as Lloyd's Register Technical Committee and the Maritime Industry Foundation. In Singapore, Watsila Voyage has inked a strategic partnership with the Maritime and Port Authority of Singapore, covering collaboration in smart port innovation and digitization. The Memorandum of Understanding, signed virtually, has the following objectives: to initiate, develop, and promote innovative solutions that foster interoperability in e-navigation and ship-to-shore secure data communications to enable port-to-port optimization. The collaboration also covers the development and field testing of intelligent vessel capabilities. As new players enter the booming container market in Quebec, Canada, the Port of Montreal has received its first ever direct call from China. The call came in the shape of the 1997-built general cargo ship Happy Rover, chartered by freight forwarder Frat FWO and stacked with containers. In the Greek capital Athens, bunker supplier Monjasa has announced the opening of a new office. Monjasa said it was opening the new office as it was experiencing increasing demand across the Mediterranean following the setting up of a permanent office in Limassol, Cyprus in 2016. In May 2011, an 11,356 TEU vessel departing from China's Xiamen port bound for Hong Kong ran aground outside the port, and so began a series of legal disputes that have lasted more than a decade. On November 10, a ruling was made by the UK Supreme Court. It ruled that the ship's defective passage plan rendered the vessel unseaworthy. This ruling has set the nerves of maritime lawyers jangling. However, the ruling was based on the fact that the passage plan did not take account of an existing notice to marina that water depths in the chosen channel could be less than those chartered. Finally, in Germany, Damian Shipyard Group has opened its latest service hub in Hamburg. This hub will be serving Denmark and Poland, and it's going to provide a local service worldwide, and the Hamburg hub will also act as the one-stop shop for Damian customers located in the region seeking warranty service, training, and service support. And that's it on this week's Tidbits.
The Nigerian Shippers Council is now better poised with responsive systems in place to help you and other shippers get seamless, stress-free transition for your clients' goods from point A to B. Today at the Nigerian Shippers Council, timeliness, orderliness, transparency and efficiency is all we care about. Put your complaint through to our helpline. Visit us at number 4 Ayodele Shoyode Lane, Apapa, Lagos, or reach us on www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the point of your need.
Nigerian Shippers Council, we meet you at the port of your need.
And that's it on The Shipper for this week. Before we go, another reminder to all regulated service providers to register with Nigerian Shippers Council on www.shipperstradedata.gov.ng. Do have a swimmingly great week ahead. Goodbye.